I'm not sure if he got him, but I wouldn't mind getting a tomahawk.
That would fit you pretty well, Red Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Schmo with the pro, with the founder of the Red Hawk Academy, the BJJ specialist, the coach, former fighter, Tim Welch in the flesh, here at the dojo. How we doing?
We're doing good. Good to see you.
It's great to be seen. We are about 3 weeks out and 1 day. Has it finally settled in yet?
It's definitely settled in. It's definitely settled in. These 5-round camps are, they take a toll. They're very hard. They're very long. And especially this one with Merab, who's an absolute machine. I'm having fresh guys on him every round, trying to just push the pace on him. And Merab's a scary fight. Anyone who doesn't fatigue in there and isn't scared to fatigue is a very scary fight. I mean, any fighter will tell you their worst fear is to gas out.
As a coach, were you just chomping at the bit when he released the footage of him getting that cut over the eye during sparring, knowing he's never going to be a guy who pulls out of a fight? It gives you another target. The Schmo sat on this desk about 4 months ago. We're talking about hitting that nose sideways. Now you got another target. That excites you or what?
A little bit. I mean, we're still targeting the nose. The nose is still the big target here. And, I mean, the cut's not a big deal. He's not going to be able to spar. He's not going to be able to probably grapple live for the next 10 days, which is kind of important. I mean, timing on takedowns is important. And when you're not sparring, you're maybe not going to have the best timing. But at the end of the day, it's not going to affect him. 10 days, that cut's going to be completely closed. It wasn't super deep, so it's not going to be that big of a deal, really.
Merab has told the Schmo he wants to fight Suga Sean O'Malley Mexican style. He's going to keep this thing standing. Do you believe that? And if not, when do you think he's going to be shooting?
Merab's going to be shooting in the first 30 seconds of the fight. He's going to realize the distance is different, the speed's different, everything's completely different than what he's used to sparring. And he's going to realize that early on, so he's going to really have to bite down and take some risks and go.
Is he the toughest opponent to date for the Suga Show?
I think so. I mean, I think he's the toughest, scariest opponent. He's the only thing that's on our mind right now. So definitely he's the toughest, scariest opponent for the Suga Show.
On the same date, your long-lost brother Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting too. What do you make of that? Do you feel bad for your brother? He's not going to get as many eyeballs as the Suga Show?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I feel like not a lot of people are going to watch that compared to the Suga Show, but really haven't thought about it much.
Okay. What do you make of DDP beating Israel Adesanya, and what should be next for Israel Adesanya?
You know what? That's a tough one. I've thought about that, and DDP is an absolute monster. I'll never pick against him again. I mean, he is a beast of a man. He's not very scared of anyone, and he's very confident, very explosive, and has a great gas tank. Next for Israel Adesanya, I don't know. I was thinking the exact same thing. There's not many big fights for him at middleweight. Maybe he moves up to 205. Not really sure.
Did Suga Sean O'Malley offer you a bite of Tammy?
I haven't had a bite of Tammy yet, but I know his fridge is stocked, so hopefully he hands a little over to Uncle Red.
You think you're going to go for the tongue, the liver? You're going to go for a ribeye, filet? What are you thinking here?
I'm not sure if he got him, but I wouldn't mind getting a tomahawk.
That would fit you pretty well, Red Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. If you were Big Tom Aspinall, what would you be doing? Would you be waiting out, being that next in line, being on standby if somebody pulls out a Stipe John Jones, or would you take another fight?
If I was Tom, I would probably take another fight. I mean, if he's going to really wait for John Jones and Stipe to go down, there's a good chance that fight never happens. If they fight, they get injured, they want to take a whole nother year off. You never know with those guys. So if I was Tom, I'd get another one.
Merab went in the crowd, went after a fan during the Craig Jones Invitational. Merab doesn't really like you right now. Maybe some bad blood. If Merab was to throw hands with you, how would it all play out?
There's only one way to tell if Merab wants to throw hands that's if it happens.
And we don't think it's going to happen. Do you think he'd lunge after you during the fight week? That wouldn't be very wise.
I mean, you said it yourself. That wouldn't be very wise of him to be lunging at me during fight week. But like I said, we'll see what happens.
You think you're in his head?
I don't even really think that far in his head. I do think he gets emotional. He gets very pissed off, and that's good. So he'll bite down and he'll stiffen up and he'll really force that takedown. So that's what we're wanting.
You're building quite the gym camaraderie here. Sky's the limit for you, Timbo. How many UFC fighters do you think you can handle at one time, in addition to the Suga Show?
I've thought about that a lot, and I really don't want to have a huge fight team. A huge fight team where everyone's relying on me. I'm having to give everyone my time. I want to bring my solid group that I have now. I want to bring them as far as they can and just really enjoy.
Who's been your favorite celebrity that you've interacted with that have come through these nice confines inside the gym?
I mean, they've all been so cool. Theo Vaughn, really cool. Andrew Schultz, really cool. Everyone that we've been around has been really fun to be around.
Who's got the best hands?
Best hands would probably be Andrew Schultz.
Who's got the best jits?
Best jits would probably be Theo. I didn't get to feel it, but probably Theo.
Okay, but you didn't feel it, though.
I didn't feel it, but he might be the only one who trains jits.
Favorite thing to do when you're not sipping on some nice coffee and you're not training and you're not reading a book and you're not cold plunging? What else is there?
Probably playing Call of Duty with the fellas.
What's your record?
Not very good, I will say that. I'm usually the butt of the joke, and I'm usually the one trying to really earn respect when I'm in the war zone.
But you got the respect on the mats, and that's what counts.
100%.
Final message for all the Tim Welch fans out there worldwide.
Follow me on Snapchat. I'm Snapchatting my days at Tim Welch MT. Come along.
He's the pro. I'm the Schmo. It all goes down to the Sphere. UFC 306, September 14th. We're out.